one of the largest aircraft parts manufacturer and sellers in the country. We're going to be talking to McFarlane in the hangar. Hey everyone, welcome to a special edition of In the Hangar. We're at the Flying Eyes booth at Airventure. And Christy, we are sponsored by Flying Eyes. They've got great sunglasses and regular glasses now. 10% off if you use the discount code taking off, all caps, one word. And you can go online and use that as well at the booth.
All right, we're also sponsored by the way, who are you?
Oh, I'm Dan Millican.
And I'm Christy Wong. We're also sponsored by Colton Mortgage. You can find them at coltontakingoff.com.
coltontakingoff.com, and also MPS Protects, that's Marshall Protective Service. These guys are pilots who support us, and we'd love to support them.
Yeah, there's just so much going on today. I mean, I can see there's just so many people, so many airplanes, but in order to keep those airplanes running, you need parts.
You need parts, and the biggest company providing parts is McFarland, and we've got the man, the guy who created McFarland, Dave McFarland, and we've got Brenda Clemens. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It should be fun.
Oh, it's always fun.
So Dave, how did you get started? You know, it's a huge thing now, but it wasn't always that way. How did you get started with McFarland?
Well, we started out in the aircraft repair business. We were agricultural operations, used to do aircraft spraying and our farm fields and things, and then we bought damaged aircraft, rebuild them, and done a lot of annual inspection, repaired people's airplanes, and run a little FBO. We got disgusted with the high prices of the OEMs.
I feel that.
And then the poor quality, you know, where we were getting short service life out of some of the parts, and we had to explain to the customer the next time that he came in that why we had to replace the parts that we'd replaced just several years prior, and we decided that we could figure out some better options to improve the parts, make them better, and lower the price. One of the things that helped us in the process was figuring out short-run manufacturing that would allow us to make smaller quantities at economical price, and materials that would give us a much better quality product.
There you go. See, I've got a Warrior, a PA-28 161 that could definitely use some McFarlane love.
Yes, we make quite a few parts for those also.
Good, we'll definitely talk.
Well, and my mechanic, he only uses McFarlane parts. That's his first place to go. You know him, John Effinger.
Yes,
and
yeah, I know John.
And so when I just had my my engine overhauled, I got a new the twist throttle and also a mixture from McFarland. So I love using that, fine-tuning my my throttle, because before it was just a push-pull throttle. Now I can actually twist it.
Yeah, we created that product out of demand from the public for a safer throttle. We manufacture a lot of push-pull controls, throttles, mixtures, propellers, you know, for most all the light aircraft. And one of the issues is some of the older airplanes had a vernier control where you could push the button in, pull it out, or you could twist it and get a fine adjustment on it. The issue is that on the throttles it was a safety issue, that the system works well when it works, but the possibility of a little piece of dirt getting in that type of mechanism, or if the button was pushed while it's being twisted just wrong, it could jam up. You can tolerate that on a mixture and a propeller because you got time to twist it a little bit, work with it a little bit, get it unjammed, and still function normal again while you're flying. But when it comes to the throttle, you're on approach to a field, and you have to need a little more power. You do not want that to jam. It's got to be a system that is not positive lock. And so we come up with a system that uses a friction with little precisely angled rollers and spring system, to where that friction only is what drove the controlled the rotary positive vernier action on it. We call it a vernier assist because it is limited in power. It's only got 7-8 pounds of capability to push or pull. So in some situations, the pilot might have to put a little bit of back pressure, a little forward pressure to help the rotary action. And also we built a version of this for the mixture control, so that designed for airplanes that had limited space behind the dash, your smaller aircraft, where you simply push in, pull out for rich mixture or idle cutoff, and then you still had your vernier action. Very small, compact, works great in your lighter aircraft, 140s, 150s, Arancas, this type of thing.
And so you mentioned earlier too, propellers. You guys have now gotten into propellers. Brenda, you are leading the charge on the MT propellers. Can you explain about that?
Yes, I was approached by a former boss of mine that had Flight Resource, and I sold the propellers for Flight Resource 17 years ago. Saw him at an air show. He's like, "Brenda, what are you doing? We're with McFarland now." Like, really? So I came on and am loving the relationship with McFarland. They are doing MT propellers and Flight Resource justice. It's a fully integrated division of McFarland now. So we can supply the propeller better because of the inventory. So McFarlane is able to keep propellers in stock, which is no other distributor in the world does that. We're the largest distributor of MT propellers.
So what kind of propellers do you guys do? Like, for example, could I just get an MT propeller for the Warrior?
Yes, you can, Christy. You need to come
Really?
see me.
Okay. Okay.
Fantastic.
Tell me what makes the MT propellers different from other propellers?
The MT propeller is a natural composite. So inside the MT propeller, it's wood. And the wood is specifically grown for this propeller. It is covered with carbon fiber. We've got a nickel alloy leading edge. And each one is designed with a specific mission involved for the specific aircraft. So there's STCs in the U.S. and in Europe. And of course in Europe, MT has been there for nearly 40 years, I believe. And you'll see 90% of the propellers in Europe be MT propellers. It's gaining here, and again, we're the world's largest distributor, so it's gaining leaps and bounds here.
Wow. That's amazing. What's next for McFarlane and for the propellers?
Okay. I might add to the propellers that the MT propellers, with their natural wood composite structure, are naturally absorbing a vibration. And so like metal propellers and other composite propellers put off a harmonics and have their own vibration pattern, and many times it is not compatible with the natural engine vibration, where the wood-based propeller has a tendency to absorb vibration and make the engine run much smoother, and they're much lighter in weight. So you can take on some installations up to 25 pounds off the nose of the aircraft, which gives you better handling characteristics. And their gyroscopic loading is so much lighter because they weigh less that there's less, they turn better, they turn quicker. The handling of the aircraft is also drastically improved.
Interesting.
You guys have grown a lot lately, and you've grown by bringing other companies into the McFarland family, right?
Yes, this is
So tell me
correct.
about that.
Well, we always took a philosophy that there's many other small PMA manufacturers. So a small shop might have a great idea for a new product that helps the airplane stay in service and cost less or improve performance, but they don't have a marketing system to get this product distributed throughout the world. And then they come to us and we add this product into our family of products and treat it like our own and distribute it. And we help the small manufacturer, the small PMA out by doing this. We have grown that to now take in companies that are related to the parts manufacturing, FAA, PMA business, and acquire smaller companies, join them into McFarland. So we have a worldwide marketing network that we can distribute that product also out to the people that need it. Our goal is to help everybody stay flying economically and keep aviation obtainable by more people. And by acquiring a few more companies, we're able to maximize our goals and focuses in doing that.
Well, Dave, do you see the OEMs? Have you seen them get better in the quality of their parts? Are you still seeing the same thing? And even though you've been able to now come out with a cost-effective and quality alternative?
Well, the OEMs try real hard to keep the best possible airplane out there. They have limited resources, and the resources they have in engineering and development are generally focused towards an improved model airplane, new designs of airplanes, and new aircraft coming out. That's their major business. And what we do doesn't really conflict with the OEMs. In fact, we help them in many instances to improve the legacy airplanes and improve their parts. We supply many parts to the manufacturing line of their new airplanes. They see the advantage of our improvements in the existing product and will incorporate it into current production many times. The OEMs are some of our biggest customers.
So we can't talk bad.
Yeah, this is true, but they truly have a desire to have the best product out there also. It's just that they do have limited resources to put back into the parts. We have a distinct advantage in our engineering and design efforts in that we focus only on the parts. We do not have to focus on the whole airplane and the flying characteristics and things normally. We're zeroed in on how to make every detail of that part last longer, work better, and a better product.
Do you guys do just engine parts, or do you do general aircraft parts? Like if I needed like a yoke replaced or something in the interior of the airplane?
We've actually, our main focus is airframe. We do venture into the engine applications, generally in the interface between the airframe and the
throttle linkage
and the engine, right?
Mixture.
Like we consider the engine controls as an interface of the pilot to the aircraft. The feel, the touch, the usefulness of that control is what the pilot feels into the airplane when he's flying. So it's very important that they be smooth, they have proper reaction, and that they do their job well.
Thank you so much. I mean, that's amazing. I'm definitely going to have to come by and talk to you guys because I need a couple parts for the Warrior. I actually am having trouble finding a very specific part. The shoulder harness inertia reel in my airplane broke a few weeks ago, and I've been looking everywhere to replace one. So, and I just cannot find one. I found a couple of like salvage yards that actually had them, but they were like old and rusted. So it was going to have to be rebuilt anyway, and I can't find a shop that's able to rebuild them. But anyway, so I definitely need to talk to you guys, and if anybody out there needs parts or whatnot, these are definitely the guys to talk to.
Let me ask, based on that, do you guys have the capability to manufacture something rare like her situation?
Yes, this is another service we offer. Is we often have an application where there is very few applications for it, something unusual. And we manufacture custom products every day to solve a specific problem.
Okay.
And it's people like you that bring a problem to our attention, and many times it's a problem other people are having, and so that's how we sort out what product do we need to focus on next to re-engineer and design, to solve a problem. If you're having a problem with yours, I'm sure there's other people out there also.
Oh yeah.
So if they bring it to your attention, what is the best way for aircraft owners out there to bring it to your attention?
Shoot us an email. Our email address is out there on the website. That's the best way to communicate. Shoot a few pictures of the problem. Let us know, what your aircraft serial and things do, and we can take a look and we'll look at it and have a conversation. We have a custom department there at McFarlane that specializes in custom product. We build custom engine controls every day. We'll build maybe 5 to 10 engine controls for people. We'll receive a box of flight control cables, and they might fit a World War II aircraft. We've made flight control cables for the Fuji blimp. Very unusual scenarios. We are DoD certified, to manufacture cables for the government. Occasionally we make a few for them on things. The OEMs will often send us their cable needs for prototyping. They can get them made quicker from us than they can sometimes their own shops. So we focus on speed. Everybody's got their airplane down. Time is valuable to get that airplane back in the air, and we do our best to solve these problems.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll definitely talk more about the Warrior. We really appreciate you coming on. For those of you guys out there, if you need airplane parts, these are definitely the people to talk to, it sounds like. I'll keep everybody updated on the Warrior situation. If you like our content, please like, subscribe, share. We want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
In the hangar.